Hey there, YouTube. I'm Tommy Funko. I'm a streamer on Twitch that does digital art and has a huge addiction for Zenless Zone Zero. And today, I'm here to tell you guys that my community finally convinced me to make a channel dedicated to it on YouTube, where I can help new players, maybe answer some questions for experienced players, and everything in between, show gameplay footage even. So today, we're going to be going over something just for you new players or players that or people that may be on the fence, like if they want to play but they don't know if they should play because it's a gacha. And I'm here to tell you guys you should play. It's a really good game. Story wise, it's amazing. The animation is wacky and all over the place, but yet at the same time the animation is fluid. Now, with that being said, if that's not enough to convince you, what if I could tell you I could help you out? Build your account to get characters you really want. And that is simple. I'm here today to tell you guys how to maximize your brand new account or even an existing account to maximize on getting polychromes by sharing with you my secret of how I get so many polychromes. And it doesn't take a lot of time either. Maybe 1 hour of gameplay to 2 hours a day, and you will see the results build up very quickly. Without further ado, let's go ahead, sit down, and let's do this thing. I want to get you guys out there and getting the characters you really want, like with Miyabi and her re-up on her banner. Alright guys, first step to grinding out polychromes is got to be the easiest, and that is doing your dailies and your weeklies. Dailies and weeklies are the pinnacle for most gacha games, and the easiest way to help accumulate a small wealth over a period of time. It's not a fast-paced kind of thing. It's gonna take some time to get, up there to like 1,000 polychromes. But your dailies only take about 1 minute to 2 minutes to do. You can do it at Bellium Heights, or you can do it at 6th Street. You just go to the video store, plug in the videos for the day, then you go to the newsstand, scratch off your ticket, or go to get your lovely fortune told, and then finally go to visit Tin Master and grab a coffee. Now, you get 60 polychromes a day out of this, and 7 days in a week, you're getting about a couple hundred right there, at least enough to help you amass a small wealth over time. And then finally, when it comes to your weeklies are another big thing. It's an additional 45 polychromes that you can easily grind out in 1 to 2 days. It's not a very large, extensive, strenuous task to do. They're very minuscule tasks, as you guys can see right here with just Pan Yin Hu. It's quick and it's short, and you get the job done. Nothing more, nothing less. You're not going through a whole lot of issues. And again, you can get a couple hundred polychromes every week like this. Alright guys, our next stop is here at Scott Outpost. Scott Outpost is home to 3 big polychrome gaining elements. One being Shiyu Defense, another one being Hollow Zero, and the final one is Deadly Assault. Shiyu Defense, more specifically, has 3 nodes: Stable Node, Disputed Node, and Critical Node, all of which can earn you a couple thousand polychromes. Now, this is something that you may not be able to start doing until about mid-game, and you'll probably get through Stable Node and possibly Disputed Node rather quickly, based on the amount of A-rank characters you get from, let's say, the Standard Banner or the Standard Banner S-rank characters as you play on. Now, that being said, you can get a couple thousand polychromes just from the first 2 nodes, Stable Node and Disputed Node. However, you can only do these nodes 1 time. After that, you can't regain the awards unless you had gotten each node passed at, let's say, a lower rank B or A. But once it hits S, you can't get any more rewards out of it, so just keep that in mind. Now, as for Critical Node, on the other hand, that refreshes once every 2 weeks. And the cool thing about Critical Node is it's a great way to amass 720 polychromes every 2 weeks. And what does that mean? It's always happening. Now, the hard part is Critical Node is the hardest of all the 3 nodes, and you may not always get S rank across the board. You may get A rank a few times, so just keep that in mind. But again, all in all, a couple thousand polychromes in your pocket really does help out, and it keeps you topped up. Now, coming up here in a few seconds, we're going to take a little break for a little bit of an advertisement from our sponsor, W.GG. As I go over their product, please guys, if you can and you wish to help support my channel, whether it's by Twitch or here on YouTube, it's a great way if you could buy that product if you like energy drinks. Hey there guys, sorry about the whole taking away from the content for a moment, but I would like to talk about my sponsor, W.GG. They help support me on Twitch and here now on YouTube, so let's talk about them and maybe find you an alternative to G Fuel and Gamer Subs. W is just like them. They're a powdered-based energy drink company, but what's amazing about them is how they get their caffeine. That is the biggest selling point. Their caffeine is actually an extract from the green coffee fruit. On top of that, they're chock full of vitamins and minerals that also help your body and promote brain functionality. So it's a great thing if you're looking to do for energy alternative to, let's say, Red Bull. Any of those energy drinks that use copious amounts of sugar that can make you crash at any point in time. Well, there's no crashing because there's no sugar, and their caffeine is natural, and they're full of vitamins and minerals. And here's the best part about it. They have a plethora of flavors. A flavor for any kind of taste buds you may have. Soda flavors. Maybe you would like my favorite flavor, Japanese soda, which is based off of Japanese ramen, which is the Japanese marble sodas you see at anime conventions. Candy flavors. This is Oda's Super Restore Potion. It tastes like Smarties in a cup. Maybe you're not into candy flavors. Maybe you're into more fruit-like flavors. Well, they also have a collaboration with Solo Leveling and Crunchyroll called Shadow Monarch Surge, a blue raspberry and grape tasting mixture. At checkout, if you use my promo code Utami_Funko, you can save 10% off on your order today. Thank you again to W.GG. Now let's get back out there and hunt down those polychrome. Alright guys, next up is Hollow Zero, divided into two different categories, Withering Garden and Lost Void. Both have level up systems, so when you get to the maximum for Withering Garden, level 90, and the maximum level of level 180, you're getting a bunch of rewards, not just polychromes, but if you were to amass both together, you're looking at 3,500 polychromes at least for completing 90 levels of Withering Garden plus the 180 of Lost Void. On top of which, if you find Resonium in either Void, you get a bunch of polychromes for that, along with artifacts, gets you a bunch of polychromes, and if you do the trial characters quests or the storyline, you also get polychromes for that. All in all, you can amass quite a few thousand polychromes, and every week it refreshes and you get an additional 160 polychromes with some added rewards. If you ask me, all in all, this is a big chunk of change, but a huge grind out. Just keep in mind, it's gonna take some time, but it's worth it in the end. Now, coming up is what's called Deadly Assault. Deadly Assault is where you take on notorious versions of all the big bad bosses throughout the entire game. You have to make sure you plan your teams accordingly because they get locked in. This happens once every 2 weeks, kind of like Shield Defense, but on a different day. Now, that being said as well, you got to make sure, like I said, you plan your teams accordingly because they get locked in and you can't change them unless you restart all over again. You need to accomplish getting 3 stars against each boss. Now, you get polychrome rewards up till 6 stars, 300 polychromes altogether, after which if you get 9 stars, you get 3 additional rewards of Denny's. But in all honesty, if you just want to focus on polychromes, you're going for just the 6 stars. The 6 stars. Now, with that being said, just keep in mind this is not like a tremendous fortune, but it is 300 polychromes helping you out as you move on throughout the game, and this is not a mid-game thing. This is definitely end game, because you need to have quite a few characters to build good teams that could take on these bosses like Pompeii here. Now, just remember, it's 300 polychromes if you get 6 stars. That's all you need to know. Now, coming up is a pretty obvious thing that I shouldn't have to go over, but I will anyway, and that's the campaign. Doing the missions on normal mode and then on hard mode accumulate quite a bit of polychromes. You have to get 3 stars across the board to get all the maximum rewards for both easy and hard mode. And then you have your Internaut side quest, which is the explore and combat. Get 3 stars, you get maximum point polychromes out of each mission for that too. Some of these are, however, timed, so keep that in mind. You want a good team for this. Then we have what's called the video archive, which are character side stories of playable characters throughout the game. You get to play them, and you also get to get polychromes for completing each chapter in each one of their stories. So great way to amass some wealth there. And then next you have what are called limited events, and then you have permanent events, which are the redo events. All these amass a lot of polychromes really quick and other materials that are useful to players. I really highly suggest you guys do these. Some of them are combat based, some of them are not. But all of them are worth it for the polychromes. Because it's easy polychromes and you can do them whenever you want on your own time. You don't have to worry about it for the permanent ones. The limited time ones, like this one right here, this only lasts a few days, so you want to get on board and start grinding it out as quick as possible if you want to get everything out of it. As you can tell right now, there's a lot of polychromes. Next up is what's called the workbench. You have something called the proxy handbook. The proxy handbook have these little things that you learn throughout the game, and you click on them, they amass you a tiny wealth of polychromes. Then you have HIA, you have Mr. Hello, he does a little school for proxies. This is one way of leveling up your characters out using materials, plus you get polychromes for completing each of the milestones, along with batteries spent at the HIA counter gets you polychromes as well. But the biggest thing is right here, called the Battle Tower. The Battle Tower, there's 2 different types. Each one gets you polychrome rewards. However, the Battle Tower is unlimited, but only the first 15 floors for each tower will get you polychromes. After that, you're getting hi-fi and lo-fi drive disc pieces, and that's about it. And also getting a high score to be posted up all over the world of how many floors you made it through. So just keep that in mind. It's nothing crazy, but it's still a lot of polychromes at the end of the day. And then next up is what is called the final callback. These are character demos to try out S-rank characters that come out every new banner, and they get you 20 polychromes each. Easy 40 polychromes. Then finally, you have what is called basic training, which is for all new players. I really suggest it's only 5 minutes, and it's an easy couple hundred polychromes, and cooperation exercise for obtaining characters. You will get literally polychromes for that, and also their trust events for these characters to build your bond with them. And there you have it, guys. That is my method on maximizing a free-to-play account to get as many polychromes as you humanly can and be able to get enough for a character you want without digging into your wallet. With that being said, guys, if you like this kind of content, please help me out by subscribing down below and commenting what you think we should cover next. It helps me out immensely. If you guys want to ask me other questions pertaining to ZZZ, you guys can. You can find me daily on twitch.tv/utami_funko doing a live stream, whether it's art, gaming, specifically ZZZ, and sit down and just chill out with me and vibe. Ask me the questions that you want. Maybe I could answer for your ZZZ gameplay experience. That being said as well, maybe even drop my Twitch channel a nice follow and join our community and join the community Discord, where you can even see that we have a whole little ZZZ section in there just for people like you. That being said, I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you next video. Until then, have a good day.